Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. We are on day, 6, 7? Something like that? September 27th, whatever. We're here. Research found that most Fury sedative on the market are not safe. Wouldn't it be sedatives? Most Fury sedatives on the market are not safe? Is that me? Or is that a typo? Anyways, profile. Morris Lester from slum to glam. Pajama-clad 27-year-old actuary found decapitated in his own bed? Whoa. Damn. What up, Freya? You read the news? Fuck, I did voices, didn't I? Do you want to order anything else? I'm good for now. I'll order again once I finish reading this. Okay, then. I'll leave you with whatever that is. Oh, man. Aqua! Oh, Aqua, fancy seeing you again so soon. Hi, Freya. Hi, Moosh. Good evening, Miss Aqua. How are you two doing? Same old. I'm good, how about you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Oops. I asked that already. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Is Myrtle here yet? Or is Myrtle here? There? Everywhere? So far, it's only me and Moosh. We have you with us now, of course. Are you meeting her here tonight? Oh, it's not that. I was just wondering whether she's coming here again tonight. You have her email, right? Yeah. Why don't you just tell her to come and meet you here now? That always works for me when I want to talk to someone. That wouldn't be nice. It's not that important anyway. I just wanted to follow up on the questions her team sent today. Follow up directly, I mean. Anyway, I should order something. Take your time, Miss Aqua. It's alright, I'll order now. I'll have a cup of tea with lemon and cinnamon, please. Oh, that's pretty easy. Tea, lemon, shimminamaum. Brit. Cinnamon! That was the other thing. We had a cinnamon spice tea peppermint with warmed up lemonade, and you had a medicine ball. That's what it was. There you go. Oh, it looks so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Russian tea, right? Oh, you knew? You knew? I heard about it once. I'm pretty sure the only part that's Russian is the name. It was originally from a community cookbook or something. You're right. Whoa, that's a highly specific fun fact to know. I guess I spend too much time browsing the internet. Good time, actually, for me to check up on people's profiles real quick, because I always forget to do that, like, right at the start. She's a mermaid from Atlantis. Cool. Cute. Is that everything? Yeah. Brew pad! Right, because I got a new tea recipe. Nice. Okay, let's read Freya's story real quick. Cyberpunk Love Hotel. Room service, get this to order room 512. The order came around 10:30 p.m. I was doing nothing, or in other words, I was waiting for an order to come. I was tasked to take a bottle of wine and a couple packs of condoms. Ugh. Yes, sometimes guests really do ask for things like this. Talk about being unprepared. I mean, it's better to be safe, even if you are unprepared. The person in charge that night gave me the requested items and let me out of the room to deliver them. From there, I went to the lobby and waited for the elevator to arrive. While I was waiting, a guest came in behind me and pressed the button to call the elevator. He looked at me in awe. I looked back at him, showing him the smile hotel management taught me. He smiled back. When we got in the elevator, he pushed the button for the 3rd floor. Silence filled the tiny room as we ascended. The guest pulled his phone from his pocket and started recording me. This again, I thought. I didn't do anything about it. To be precise, I can't do anything about it. Part of the job, after all. Ding! We reached the 3rd floor. The guest left while still pointing his camera at me. At me. I waited alone until the elevator reached the 5th floor a few seconds later. I left the elevator and started moving towards room 512. Well, when I was in front of the door, I rang the doorbell to let the occupants know I had arrived. It's here, I can hear the muffled voice of a woman. The door opened. Look, hun, they really do use a robot to deliver room service. I knew it. The woman shouted back to her partner. Haha, that is so cool, the guy responded, trying to sound interested. Though I'm sure he was staring at the woman's butt and couldn't wait to use the stuff they'd ordered. Alright. I want to take a picture with that robot, okay? The woman said in a saccharine, sweet, mildly nauseating tone. Sure, hun. Wait, are you sure it's okay to just hug the robot like that? Uh-oh. It's gonna turn on you. Huh. Turned out the man could still think with his big brain after all. It's fine. I saw they even have a robot you can have sex with. I'm sure a simple hug won't matter. Ah, dude. Robot or not, like, don't just be touching people's and stuff and that isn't yours. And also without consent. That's not cool, said the woman. Oh, that's a different model. What's next? You're going to hug a Terminator? I screamed internally. Exactly. Say cheese then. 1, 2, 3. Flash. It looks so cute. I was hoping it might look more human-like, though. Maybe they don't have the technology for that yet, said the adult woman who still hadn't grasped the concept of look but don't touch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, come on, darling. This robot has got other things to do. Let's just take our order and let it do its work. They took their order and closed the door. Oh, humans, how the hell did your people manage to survive for so long in this universe? I wondered as I trundled back down to my room. I wonder the same fucking thing. I have to agree, a lot of people, too many people, really have an issue with, like, boundaries and, like, just basic, like, respect and the idea of consent, at least, like, understanding it. I don't know. Anyways, when did you arrive, Freya? I'm trying to go, like, higher with her voice. I've been here since you last left, or since you left last night. Blah, blah, blah. Finish drinking first, Aqua. I'm sorry. I said you haven't left? I was just joking. Oh. That would be crazy. Why? Oh no. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. It's just that you shouldn't forget to take breaks. You too, Moosh. Please make sure you get enough rest. Of course I will, Miss Aqua. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, Aqua. Yes? Where do you come from? Because, judging from your accent, you have an accent? You're not from the States, right? I'm not. I'm from the ocean. Whoa, so you're a full-fledged oceanic? Born and raised in the sea. Why did you move here? Chasing the American dream, I guess. You moved with your family? No, I'm the only one who could move here. Oh. Hey, I know why? It's not easy for our people. Especially the females. To get higher education. I got scholarships and the opportunity. I wasn't sure about moving, you know? But my parents pushed me to do it. How long have you been here? Almost 2 years now. Do your parents visit often? They can't. You know how hard it is for my people to get a US visa? I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, we're still in contact. We do video call at least once a week. Do you have siblings? Of course. We are sea people. My extended family is probably as big as Seattle's population. Whoa. Whoa, exactly, that's what I just said. That's a lot. You really have that many relatives? Of course not. I was just exaggerating. Oh, Aqua, you're funny. But if you count my grandpa's kids and grandkids, there are hundreds of us. Holy! How about you, Freya? Do you have any siblings? I have. Not as many as you, I assume. I have a little brother, 4 years younger. He also lives in Seattle? No, he's living in San Francisco, near our parents' house. He's the good kid and I'm the rebel, working some high-end tech job, while taking care of my dad on the weekends. That's so nice of him. I know, right? That reminds me. I should visit my parents after finishing this draft. You should. Visit them while you can. I know. Anyway, I want to order something. Another espresso? You know, the usual. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. I hope. Okay, cool. Your espresso is ready. Thanks. Bitter! Just the way I love it. It's you! Good evening, sir. Good evening. How can I help you, sir? Ah, yes. I don't know what to order. Something to raise your spirits, perhaps. Nothing you like on the menu? I can make you a custom drink if you like. Actually, are you familiar with STMJ? Stimj? I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. If you can tell me the ingredients, I'm sure I can recreate it. Ah, lucky me. STMJ stands for Susu Telur Madu Jahe. It's Indonesian. I probably butchered that, I'm so sorry. It means milk, egg, honey, and ginger. Understood. Wait, do you have the eggs? I certainly have. They're not on the shelf. But I'll add an egg once I've mixed the rest of the ingredients. I love that. 1 cup of STMJ, please. You got it. What was it? I mean, there. Okay, so I'm going to refer to the guide. What did he want? Milk, ginger, and honey. And then I guess we'll add the eggs separately. Sweet! Here's your STMJ, sir. Ah, that smell. It brings back so many memories. It's quite difficult to find a place with a proper STMJ here in the States. I've traveled to so many places, and none of them got it right. You're the first to manage it. You're the first one to manage it. You know, I feel the same way about, like, Mexican mochas / Mexican hot chocolates. Most places are just like, let's put cinnamon in there. There you go, it's Mexican. And I'm like, that's not quite how you do it. I could be wrong, but, like, there's only been one place, Keen Coffee, back in California. They do an Aztec mocha, though. It's so good. Like, it's actually a little spicy. Like, not just because it's spiced, but it's, like, a little spicy, like red chili flake kind of spiciness. And I'm like, this is so good. It's so good. It's perfect. Anyways. Excuse me, may I ask you girls something? Sure, ask away. What kind of things do you kids like doing nowadays? Excuse me? Aren't you college students? No, we're not. He got closer. I see. Ah! May I ask how old you are? You're being creepy, old man. Go back to your chair and keep your distance. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be creepy. Hey, Moosh. Who is this pervy old man? I have no idea, but it's his first time here. I want to be able to understand young people. Georgie! Thank God you're here, Officer Georgie. What's up? There's a creepy old man trying to flirt with us. Where? You mean him? Yes, but not so loud. This man here is Rachel's dad, Freya. He asked to meet me, so I told him to come here. Oh. I didn't know Rachel's dad was a pervy old man. No wonder she ran away from home. Everyone, please meet Mr. Furlong, Rachel's dad. Mr. Furlong, please meet Freya and Moosh. Please, call me Hendry. Sorry, please, call me Hendry. I'm trying to... I don't know how to do voices, I'm so sorry. I apologize for earlier. I wasn't trying anything funny. I'm sorry about that. Wait a minute. Your name is Hendry Furlong? Yes? And you're Rachel Florentia's father? Yes? Furlong. Florentia. Why do you have different last names? What are you trying to pull? Florentia was my late wife's maiden name. Oh, I'm sorry. Rachel chose it for her stage name. Freya? Okay, I think I better work on my novel. I'm sure you guys have a lot to talk about. Yeah, Freya, I'll come with you. Anyway, what was it you wanted to talk to me about? It's about Rachel. That night when you drove her home, was she hanging out with shady people? Well, I think one of them was a bit shady. Hey, I heard that. What? I'm not a criminal. I'm just kidding. She was in this coffee shop talking with Freya and Moosh here. She wasn't in any danger. Are you sure? What about before that? Whoa, calm down. Is everything alright? It's just that I feel that she's getting more and more distant. I don't know how to talk to her anymore. Or even what to talk about. I don't know what kids her age are into nowadays. Every time we talk, we end up fighting. I have 3 daughters. We fight all the time. One thing that I learned, give them time and space. But be there when they need you. Or you can just bribe them. One time I had a fight with my eldest daughter. She didn't want to talk to me for a week. I know she loved pizza, so I went to Rocco's and bought her favorite pie. I left the pizza on the table like a trap. Then I just waited for her to take the bait, just like a stakeout. Once she took a bite of that delicious pepperoni, I casually grabbed a slice and sat with her. That pizza really helped smooth things over. After that, she wouldn't stop talking. What if she loves doing what if what she loves doing is the problem? Rachel loves singing and performing on stage. I'm proud of what she's achieved with her career. She's really young, but the entertainment industry isn't a kind place. Not the label, not the media, not the fans. And I don't trust her new manager. Rachel's just a little girl. What if she gets harassed? Or forced to do drugs? Did something happen? Well, nothing's happened yet. I just feel it in my guts. I feel it in my nuggets. Is it possible that you're just being paranoid? I think a little bit yes, but I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine. Like, if you can feel it in your gut that something is wrong, you know, especially if it's like with a particular person, in which case this is the manager, then like, I think you have every right to be worried, but like, I feel like Hendry's maybe doing a bit too much, you know? And like, he's probably kind of like a little bit like suffocating his daughter with pressure and stuff. I don't know, whatever. I don't think he's paranoid though. I don't know, maybe. Psst, Boosh, I need to go now. Thanks for the drink. Take care on your way. Bye, Aqua. Sorry, your friend didn't come by. Myrtle. Well, can't you just find another manager? Rachel's already 18, so legally she can sign contracts without parental approval. I've been trying to tell her to quit, but every time I brought it up, we just ended up fighting. As a parent, there's really nothing much we can do, other than guiding them and being there when they need us. Yeah, exactly. Especially once they're an adult, like, you gotta let them make their own mistakes, bro. And be prepared when they do fail, because that's part of life. Like, we're absolutely gonna fail at one thing or another, so, you know, and like some of it's in your kid's control, some of it isn't. Like, it just, shit happens. Just gotta be there. Sooner or later, we'll have to trust them to make their own decisions. And with everything we've taught them, hopefully they'll make the right choices. What if she made the wrong choices? I can do a background check on that manager, if that will ease your mind. Please do. Are you doing it on your flip phone? Okay, give me a name. I will give you a name in just a second. I just need to drink my coffee. Because I like my coffee. It's Morris. Last name Lester. Oh my god, Morris Lester, wasn't that the guy in the news? That was a name that we read in the news, wasn't it? Morris Lester, got it. Oh, isn't he the guy in today's paper? Yeah, that's what I just said. Anyway, I'll let you know if there's a hit. Hold on, I gotta take this. Georgie, why are you smoking indoors? I just got a call. I've gotta go. I'd love to talk more about this with you. Let's meet again soon. Wait. You have my contact details. Call me if you ever need my help. Wait! Ah, poor dude. He's like, wait, no, I'm desperate. I need help. Hello. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will be alright. I used to manage a girl band. I've seen bad things happen. That bad? Yeah. I was against her joining that pop group at first. But my wife, Rachel's mom, she convinced me to give it a chance. Ever since she's been gone, I don't know how to talk to Rachel. With her wanting to do more of her own stuff, I don't know what to do. What do you mean by her own stuff? Right. Modeling and a solo singing career? It's a whole different world than the band. I'm familiar with that side of the biz. But things have changed, right? Even if it has, I don't think it's for the better. What's up, Freya? She survived being an idol. Even managed to graduate and start a solo career. She sounds like someone who can take care of herself. Don't you think so? She's not ready. Yeah, Hendry's just holding on a little too tight. I don't want her to get hurt. I mean, dude, it's part of life! There are a lot of bad people out there. People that want to take advantage of her. You are her father. I understand you might be worried. However, you shouldn't hinder her from achieving her dreams. I just want what's best for her. Is it really what's best, though? I think she's born to soar. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of parents do kind of get caught up with, like, I want what's best for my kid, but, like, they're not really thinking about, like, they're thinking about their child in the idea form rather than in the actual form. Like, rather than being like, what do you want? What do you feel is best for you? You know? And then apply maybe my own wisdom and knowledge from being alive a little bit longer than you and, like, letting you know these things or whatever. Like, that's part of the guiding part, is, like, you can only do so much as a parent. You know? Even with friends, like, if you are, like, really close with someone and you're like, I want to take care of you, and, like, or partners too, like, any kind of relationship where you love the person, you know? It's like, you can't force them to be a certain way or do certain things. They have to make their own choices and, like, fuck up in their own time and stuff. Like, it's gonna happen. But you gotta be prepared to, like, catch them when they fall, you know? Anyways. But she's just a girl. My little girl. Yeah, he's holding on way too tight. Seriously? That's your argument? I didn't mean to sound that way. It doesn't matter whether she's a boy or a girl. You'll drive her away if you keep acting like this. Yeah, just fucking let her do her thing, dude. With your knowledge, you should be able to help her achieve her dreams. I was a stubborn young girl too. Or I was once a stubborn young girl too. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I love my parents, but, like, I won't be too specific, but one of them was very strict. And honestly, I think that strictness was a hindrance on me. Like, they were just trying to protect me and my siblings. They wanted what's best for me and my siblings, all that stuff. But, like, they didn't let us experience life. You know? Like, as a kid, I wasn't able to go out and play with my friends. And as a teenager, I wasn't allowed to go and hang out with them after school. I wasn't allowed to do any of that stuff unless very certain things were in place. Like, there absolutely had to be a chaperone. There could absolutely be no boys. You know, like, just stuff like that. And it's like, the parent that was very strict had to meet the other person's parents and, like, have a conversation with them, like, a few times before they would be willing to let me go and hang out with them. And they had to meet my friends and, like, all of this stuff. And it was just like, I understand wanting to protect your kid, but honestly, that stunted me socially. Like, I was already an introvert. I'm still an introvert. But, like, not being able to experience being a teenager, not being able to experience being a kid and, like, going to parties and, like, whatever, doing all of that stuff, I've never had those experiences. So, like, I don't know what that's like. I can't really relate to that. I can imagine how it goes, but, like, I really only have media to go off of. But, like, it really stunted me socially, because once I got into college, I couldn't make friends. And, like, it's a hard thing to do anyways, but, like, I just couldn't relate to anyone because I didn't have any experience and I didn't know who I was, you know? Like, as when I was 17 and I went away to college, I was like, okay, I'm starting fresh, I'm gonna change a few things, but then I had to, like, discover who I was because I was out of that parent's household and I was living with my other parent. And my other parent was, like, way more open-minded and, like, willing to let me go out and do whatever, but, like, they were a lot less strict, basically. They still had the rules and stuff, but it was way less strict. I just had to let them know, like, where I was and who I was with, and that was it, you know? And be safe, and keep them updated and stuff, and it was totally fine. But, like, in college, I didn't have any idea who I was because I wasn't allowed to be anything when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't allowed to experience things. I wasn't allowed to experiment with different personalities or personas or fashion styles or whatever. So in college, I was, like, completely and totally lost. And now I'm 30 years old and I'm still feeling lost. But, yeah, parents, do not hold too tightly to your kids. Let them experience life. That's the only way they're gonna actually learn things, because, like, you're gonna be gone one day. So the best that you can do is guide them and give them the tools and guidance that is necessary for survival, and again, hope that they make the right choices. Like Georgie was saying, like, it's like that's a whole ass completely different human being from you that sure maybe you created, but like you're not them. Their life is their own, and what's best for them is theirs. Anyways, I'm done ranting. I rant a lot during this game. I'm so sorry. She was a stubborn girl once. Maybe I can give you a little advice on how to handle rebellious teens. I'd love to hear it. Is it okay if I stay a bit longer, Moosh? Take all the time you need. Oh, was that the day? Wow, that was really short. That was a really short day. Elemental. That Mundo. Monday, September 28th. What's in the news today? Werewolf representatives push the ministry for more accessible sedative. Doctor from Salash town arrested for experimenting with child cloning. Oof. Military personnel stationed along East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Wow. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes. I mean, it would be really hard to pull off. But something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully. I know. Okay, before we start conversing with others. Ah! Okay, there's... Oh, look at Hendry. That's cute. Look at the little tiny one. Oh my gosh, that was adorable. Okay, Freya, what's your story? The anxious boy and his love stories on public transport. Whew, sorry. The day was hot and sunny and humid, just like most days in Jakarta. I was standing inside a crowded bus, neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of Maruki Harukami's The Elephant Vanishes while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Is that just me, or was that a really long sentence? Oh my god, please, come on. Alright, fine. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most because I was standing near the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of a seat, safe enough not to fall out of the bus, breezy enough to breathe freely. As mentioned, I was on a public bus in Jakarta, so naturally I needed to be wary with my surroundings, mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests. I glanced around the bus several times in between pages, and that was when I saw her. Whoops. God, this thing scrolls like way too far. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristic to differentiate her from other women. She was like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, then a few steps later it would be hard to even remember her hair color, never mind what her eyes, her nose, her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grip on the ceiling of the bus. Although, to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyway. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in healthy soil. She stood as if somebody had silently put the Venus de Milo on the bus, and she somehow fit perfectly without anyone noticing it happened. She was wearing a pair of headphones, wired, just like the headphones were supposed to be, and a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. How do you know it's not an audiobook? Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus, not too fast like someone anxious, not too slow like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. Really? This isn't the first time a thought like this has crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piques my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I'll approach them, get to know them, with the proviso that they are just as I imagine them to be. Start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, and so on and so on. Lips. Oh my god, please. Random cuties, that's what I call them. Unicorns among horses. The term doesn't apply to any cute girls I see, of course. It has to be someone special, or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, automatically imagining those stories whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. It puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arise. Well, I mean, at least you're aware of it. You're kind of giving me, like, Tom in 500 Days of Summer, though. But, like, if he's matured a little bit and he's actually aware of his bad habits. Oh, shit! She looked at me. We made eye contact for a brief flash of a second. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overturning while my pulse beats in double time in my ears. I continue staring at my book with what just happened. I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. My mind does the same thing, but it's not thoughts of her. Usually it's just other thoughts. In general, when I try and read, my brain is like, no. I glanced back at her and she was staring at me. Eye contact more than once. It has to mean something. Should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should. She could also just be staring at you because you were creeping her out and now she's like got her eye on you, bro. But what if things go wrong? What's the worst that can happen if we introduce ourselves? First, it's a crowded bus, and moving from the rear to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if after we approach her, she becomes annoyed and... Oh, come on, you're overthinking it as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me. Nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option. What if we introduce ourselves and then it turns out she's not like we imagined her to be? All that time and energy would be wasted, exchanged for years of agony. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, come on. You're overthinking as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me. Nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then what? Hang on. I already read that. Fuck! For everything will be fine. Don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we still have to try something first. Oh, I see. No, there's too much at risk. Oops. Gosh, I hate how this thing scrolls. It's like my least favorite thing. Okay. Oh my god, please. I just want to start. Okay, the debate is raging, and I'm trying to get the debate part towards the top, and it kept cutting it in half or go flying right past it. I'm barely touching these buttons, too. I hate the scrolling for this. The debate is still raging inside my head, and that's when it happens. We make eye contact again, but this time, it lasts longer than a few seconds. And then she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. See? You have to do something. But remember, the girl with a violin we saw on the train at Yogyakarta a few years ago? Of course I remember. Exactly. She was just a random person that sat across from you on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and yet we still remember the maroon. Wow, I can't even read anymore. Maroon coat she was wearing. The violin case she put in the overhead compartment, her reddish hair, and that pixie cut. Stop it, that was different, and we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. Does he have like a parasite inside of him that's talking to him? The thoughts, the noise, the internal dialogue. It won't stop. See, it's an internal dialogue, not monologue. Anyways, I was sweating, but not because of the heat. A cold sweat. This has to stop. Stop! I screamed internally. Everything stopped, and just in time, my old iPod randomly shuffled to Explosions in the Spaces. The only moment we were alone. I cranked up the volume and put my book in my bag, and I just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this. But at least, as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As far as I know, she might be the 100% perfect match for me, that I believe can't exist if my knowledge of her goes any farther than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, if it's meant to be, it will be. Oh gosh. Just a tiny bit, please. Come on. Okay, there we go. The bus stopped in front of the Plaza Senayan. Senayan? My destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her, it would be the last time I ever saw her. That's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and the breeze of fresh air, finally out of this metal Schreiner's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right, and there she was, standing alone, enjoying the breeze. Now she was free of the roasting metal box we humans named bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So, if it's meant to be, it will be. That was a lot of thinking, bro. That was a lot of thinking. That was a lot of thinking. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand, kind of, because I have anxious thoughts like that too, where it's just spirals and it just keeps going on and on and on, but like, damn. Just about the idea of a girl. You're already just in love with the idea of her. You don't even fucking know her. Get it together, bro. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Moosh was just giving me feedback. For that book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please, don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Moosh for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? Of course. Oh, sorry. Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order might have been the right drink, but let's give it a try again. Just to be sure. Okay. Remember, it has tea and ginger. Sure, yeah. It was, tea, milk, ginger. Galahad. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed. I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Oh, shit! Oh, he coming for your neck, Freya! Aw, come on! What up, Bailey's? I can't remember if I gave him a voice or not. Anyways, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Heya. How are you doing, Freya? Heya, how you doing, Freya? Sorry, not good. What's going on? Moose was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. I imagine imagine choose your own storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? The score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. That sounds really rad. Can someone make a book like that? Can you guys make a book like that, creators of Coffee Talk? Because that would be awesome. I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh. With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. That would be a cool book, are you kidding me? That's like an RPG book. You know? Kind of. Or like a D&D, but book. I know there are already some of those that, like, because I keep seeing ads for stuff like that where it's like, do you love D&D but you don't have a group to, like, play with? Read this book and, like, it's the same exact thing except you're playing with the book instead of with other humans. And I'm like, that sounds perfect for me because I'm an introvert. The one time I did have a D&D group, it kind of failed, but whatever. I wouldn't mind doing it again, it was fun. Just like that, choose your own adventure show on Netstream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting. And highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. That would be cool too. There is also a video, or not a video game. There's I guess it's technically a card game, not a board game, but it's a card game called Once Upon a Time, where it gives, like, you have to tell a story. This is like one of my favorite games. I love playing it with people because it's always different. But you have certain cards, right? This is gonna be such a long episode of me just rambling, saying random shit. Anyways, you have all these different cards. So like you might have like goblin, tower, sword, like whatever. You've just got all of these different nouns and or actions. I think some of them have actions like swiped or stole or like whatever. You've got all these cards and they have words on them. And so you have to start, everyone starts with a Once Upon a Time card, and your goal is to try and finish it. So if you have, I think you all have like a The End card or something like that. I haven't played it for a while. But like you want to try and get rid of all of your cards, because when you have 0 cards except for your The End card, then you can place that one. But like you have to use up all of your cards. And so you're telling the story with other people. So like once upon a time there was a goblin, and you put the goblin down, and he had a sword, so you put the sword card down. And he lived in a tower, so you put the tower card down, right? You have to use all of the cards like that. But people, depending on what cards there are, they can like cut in and be like, but it wasn't just any tower, it was a mystical tower, like that. If they have a card that has a symbol on it, they can like interrupt your thing, and then they just keep going for their turn until someone interrupts them or they don't have any more cards to play. Because you have to keep the story going. You can't just pause and be like, and like the story has to make sense. So like, it's really fun. It's so much fun. It's a really fun game. Anyways, it's called Once Upon a Time. I highly recommend it. Story cards, what? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright. As Moosh said though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. We do. Coffee, milk ginger? Right? Coffee, no, this one is saying coffee, ginger, milk as the order. Milk, coffee, ginger, milk. Okay, yeah. I feel like it should be coffee, milk, ginger, because milk would be the secondary one, and then you have ginger either inside and or on top as like the smallest, the least ingredient, just so it's a kick of ginger. Anyways, there you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink-making skill... I forgot to make him a design. Oh well. I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. Did we read the story, right? Yes, we did. Okay. Cool. Did we get... Ooh. Oh, we're level 3 with Galahad. Or I guess just Gala. Gala. Brew pad. We do have a new drink in here. A new coffee. Alright, what we have here now is more than enough for me. That was a very, like, high-pitched what. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in, you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Does she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finished your job by bullshitting her. The finest bullshit, my lady. Tip your hat, my lady. And that's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters, sorry. Oh. Like, you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Wow. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following? And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Okay, I got it. She was one of the hottest girls there, but everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't want to get into the details. But this succubus was super hot, and all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. Huh. That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh. Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly! This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty... I have to sneeze. Achoo! Oh, Jesus, active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. He was fucking around, wasn't he? What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose! I knew it! Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. And without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. Oh, good. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that. And I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That's one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She doesn't return any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was that type of girl. Go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. About your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined in the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval. Considering, you know... What? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Let me just tell you a little story. Or should I say most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know? Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blame Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Racist. Accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Religiousist. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. That's what I said, tell me about it. Is there such a thing? Is there a word where people hate on other people because of religion, not just race? Because I just said religiousist, because I don't know what else to call it. But, like, I feel like that's gotta be a thing, right? Certain religious groups that are, like... I mean, we can all think of one in particular, right? That's like, you're not our religion, so you're wrong. Fuck you. We hate you because you aren't us. You know what I mean? But it might not have anything to do with, like, race or sex or any of that. It's solely based on religion. Is there a word for that? I'm curious. Lou is the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know? I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yeah, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. That's true. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. Very true. She might feel responsible for your actions. She already does. Honestly, I think she's going a little too much into it, but I can agree that, like, that she would definitely feel guilty. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. That's her entire fear, dude. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. Yeah. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone. It's true. Whoa, that's deep. Don't take that out of context. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. It's enough for you. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt just because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it. Tell me about it, Gala. Fucking rip them to shreds, dude. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Yeah, Bailey's. He's got a lot of... Gala, this is part of why I love Gala. He's so... fucking smart. I love Gala so much! Anyway, I've gotta go. No, stay. Stay. Let's partake in more of your wisdom, because I love it. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've gotta go too. Wanna head out together? Sure. Yes, be friends. Thanks for the drink, Moosh. And Freya. Bye. Peace. Good conversation. Making progress. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. I wonder if the creators did, like, the opposite, because clearly the elves are, like, the wealthy and, like, the people that have, like... I'm watching Gilmore Girls right now, so, like, all I keep thinking of is, like, Emily and Richard Gilmore. Like, that's the elves, you know? Like, they have to have certain jobs and certain roles, and they have to wear the right clothes and, like, all of that stuff. It's like the rich people, but they're not, like, maybe not, like, Bezos rich, but, like, they're still rich, you know? And, like, they have to... The reputation is, like, everything. I don't know. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some more inspiration. Sounds like a great idea. Another day gone by. And it's been an hour. Perfect. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!